And we're back here at FedEx Forum to see the Maryland Terrapins, number 7 against the number 17 Memphis Tigers. And this should be a great matchup as we dive into the starting lineups. Baku Guppy, Slade, Brown, Tavares, and Steele take the court for the Terrapins. It's Jackson, King, Maxwell, King, Moore, and Copeland takes the court for the Memphis Tigers. Stephon Brown is our key player of the day. He's been on fire lately. He's averaging 15 points a game, but lately he's been putting buckets in at 24 points a game, and let's see if he can continue the scoring attack as the tip goes to the Turks and they come up the front court looking to set up their offense, and they're looking to get it started early, and they get it started early, and Baku Guppy comes off of the screen and finishes at the rim. And that was a great place to get the game started as Memphis tries to find some kind of answer early in this game. They've come in the game off of a huge victory last week, and they're looking to build up on that. Jackson in the front court. As the shot clock is leaning down, he lets it fly and it's off the back of the rim. The Turks is pushing it up the floor. They're looking to move fast and often. He puts up the jumper and it rims out. Tigers pushing, looking to find some offense. It's early in the game, so let's see who can get something going and break the ice. They move it around the front court. Isolation in the corner. Nobody's really moving on offense, but he puts up the long jumper and he hits it. And you know what they say in this league, if you're open, bang, bang, bang. And he puts the Tigers on the board 3-2 early going on, and the Turks are looking to answer. They're setting screens in their offense, and he's passing, and he gets the easy basket in the lane off of the screen and the pick and roll. Eric Steele has been a big part of their offense, and he will continue to be as long as they set screens like that. And the Tigers are looking for something easy. As he drives towards the rim, he fumbles the ball, kicks it back out around the edge, and they swing it around to Jackson with the shot clock running low again. Jackson with the ball in his hand, he throws it up and he's off. Steele pushes it up the court to Baku Guppy. They play this little two-man game as he has the isolation on the edge against Jackson. Steele from 3, bang, bang, bang. And you know Slade is that type of shooter that if he gets a good look at the basket, he's going to let it fly. And the Tigers are looking to answer as they move the ball around the front court, looking for a good look at the basket. And there it goes as he cuts towards the rim and he gets a good look. Derek Maxfield is somebody they definitely want to get baskets in this game. He's a big part of their offense, especially in the half court. And if they can get him going, that'll be really big. The Turks study the defense. Baku Guppy on the isolation. He's making his way in the paint. He pushes it out. Slade at the top, takes it to the rim, and he finishes. What a nice, strong finish by Slade. He was able to get some position on his defender and get a look at the basket, and I told you, if he gets a good look at the basket, he's attacking, and it's going in. 9-5 Turks, early first. Memphis is looking to answer at home. Good look, good move towards the basket. And he puts up the hook and it drops. Looking for the foul, but there was no foul in that play. But great hook shot to keep the Tigers close. 9-7.
Number 55.
About 3.5 left. And there goes Baku Guppy with the nice cut towards the rim and the easy 2. And he has been very active today, especially on defense, and he has a big assignment with Jackson. That should be a good matchup today. Tigers are looking for offense. Isolation, jumper off the glass, comes up short. Slade pushes the ball up the court to the inside, and what a nice basket by the Turks. Tavares with the finish in the rim, and he's been a paint presence for the Turks all season. And let's see if he can make the paint his tonight. The Tigers looking for an answer. Jackson with an open shot. He passed on it. Back around the wing. And the jumper up, and it's good. And Maxfield got 2 baskets on the night, and let's see if they can get him going. And the Turks answer with the backdoor cut and the dunk by Tavares. And that was a sweet backdoor cut and pass. Tigers looking to keep it close as they survey the court. Ball in the hands of Jackson, and he makes a move towards the rim, and he's very dangerous. Let me tell you, this kid can put the ball in the rim, and it doesn't matter how many defenders in front of him. But Jackson finishes strong at the rim for 2. Keeps the Tigers close. 15-11, a little bit over 2 minutes left in the first quarter. The Turks have really been able to find their offense in the half-court set, coming off of screens and really moving the ball around.
2 minutes remaining.
7 seconds on the clock as they look for the open shooter. Backing up, he lets it go. And of course, you know, in this SGBA league, if you leave them open, they're gonna bang it on you. Bang, bang, bang for the 3. 7-point lead that the Turks have as the Tigers are looking to answer. Jackson, the offensive prowess, is looking, right past the defender for the dunk in the lane. Did you see that double move? He was able to come across the screen and finish right in the lane. And that was huge for the Tigers as the game is still in striking range.
Personal foul. First team foul.
And we have our first foul on the game. And backing up with the active hands. And it'll be our first team foul on the floor. The Maryland Terps are looking to work their offense right in the paint. Top of the key, looking for the cutter in the corner. Swings it up top. Slade with the ball in his hands, looking for the shot. Up, but rebound and up again. And that's great paint work right there by the Turks. He was able to grab the board and put it back up for the 2. And they're really grabbing control of that painted area on both ends on the floor. And let's see if that can continue as the Tigers with the jumper. And it's off. Leads to the Turks pushing the ball up the floor pretty fast. Looking for an offense, looking for that offense in the paint. Slade passing it out. Back in the jumper by the big man. That fadeaway right there was the second basket on the game, and it opens it up a little wider. That 22-13 lead with the seconds running down in the first could be something that the Tigers hoping that they can put a cap on. As the Turks in their last possession looking for a 2-for-1. Backing Guppy with the attempt. And he rims out. The Tigers on the push. 14 seconds left. Looking for a good shot. And they need a good possession to end this quarter. Let's see if they can get it. Jackson with the ball in his hands. He's the scorer. He fades. He rims out. And that'll do it for the first quarter. The Turks off to a strong start, finding their offense early in the first, and they're able to build a lead. But the Tigers, they're sticking strong, and let's see if they can close the gap. Tigers start. Jackson, King, Moreland, Maxfield, and King Moore on the floor. Start the second quarter. Looking for the offense. They put up the 3 and it rims out. Turks on the move. Up the floor pretty fast. Looking for offense. Slade in the corner. On the baseline with the move. In the hook, and that was good right there. And he's unstoppable with his head to the basket. And he was able to use his body and his strength to get up a good shot, and it went in for 2. So let's see if the Tigers can find some offense and some answers on defense. working the ball around the top of the key. Jackson open.
Jackson. Assistant.
Makes a move towards the paint on the big man with the finish. And he switched hands on that one. Did you see that? He hit him with a half a euro and switched hands on him for the finish. What a move. He's keeping the Tigers close in this one. And the Terps are trying to find their
Number 55.
lead in this one. And what a great cut to the rim. This point guard has really been active all game. And the Terps have found a way to share the basketball. They're moving it around the half court, and they're finding great opportunities at the rim like that. Let's see if the Tigers can answer. Ball in the middle to the big man. He loses it. Starts the fast break for the Terps. Terps on the run. Slade with the ball. Up. Decides to give it off to the big man. Back to Slade in the corner. And let's see if the Terps can take advantage of the turnover. Slade to the rim. Great move in the basket. And can we say enough about this guy? He has his whole repertoire out in display in this first half. He's hit a couple of long jumpers, a couple of great moves to the rim, and he has the Terps rocking a 28-15 lead. Mid-second quarter, Tigers are struggling. Game's getting out of hand. Let's see if they can find some offense because they definitely don't have any defense. Jackson to the lane, tough jumper, and it goes down. And they really needed that basket. Mikal Jackson showing his strength on that jumper right there. And it keeps the Tigers in the game, but the Terps are looking to open it up.
Number 3.
And the Terps been shooting outstanding in the month of January. 59% from the line, and you see Slade right there again from 3. They just been knocking down all of their opportunities, and they've been getting some good ones lately too, creating them off of the screens and good ball movement, and we see it there. Tigers looking to close with the jumper, and this guy is starting to heat up. He had it going early in the first half, but they went away from him. But hopefully he can heat up again in the second half because they're going to need all the scoring they can. Maryland has complete control of the game, and that one runs out. Tigers on the move, slow but fierce with the alley hoop. Jackson with his eyes up in the lane, sees King running and lays it up for the alley. And that one got the crowd on his feet. And let's see if Memphis can build on that. Let's get a defensive stop. Terps moving the ball around the front court. Slade with another beautiful pass to the point guard, back to Guppy. And this is turning into a passing clinic for the Maryland Terps. They've been putting the ball in great positions for the guys to score, and they're rocking this 33-21 lead, and they're in control in this first half. The Tigers are reeling backwards, looking for some offense. Big man loses his dribble, kicks it out. Back to Jackson, back to the big man. He goes up with it off glass, and it comes up short. Tavares pushing it up court for the Terps. Finds Slade over there in the corner. Back down to the big man. He looks at his options. He weighs them all with the ball and the clock running down. Back to Slade for 3, and you already know. Bang, bang, bang. Slade, 15 tonight, 10 in this quarter, and he has found that hot button tonight. What a first half for Slade. Now let's see if Memphis can get something going. Jackson with the great step, the finish, and the foul.
Jackson.
And the Memphis Tigers really needed that, and maybe they can start building. Jackson with the move towards the basket, and he was able to pick up the foul, and let's see if he can finish it off at the line. Jackson has really been most of their offense on the night. And they really need to find some defensive presence to stop this Maryland attack. He adds in the third, 36-24, 2:50 left in the second. Maryland moving the ball around the perimeter into the hands of Slade. He's been hot all first half. Back to Guppy, who's been lukewarm Slade on the backdoor cut, and what a move and what a basket. Can somebody get in front of this guy? He's shooting 78% from the field, and like I said before, he's feeling it. Big man to the paint. Huge rejection by the Terps. On the move, back to Guppy, to Tavares, at the rim, and he finishes. Tavares is averaging 20 points this year, shoots 63% from the field, and it seems like the Tigers have no answer in that pace for him. Tigers with a move towards the rim, big man with the back down, and Tavares lets him know, not in my house. Memphis will talk about it as we take a quick timeout in this one, and they really need to drop a good play. Jackson on the inbound. Swings it around the top of the key into the corner for the three, and they needed that one. What a basket. King comes off the bench and makes an instant impact, hitting the corner three, closing the gap 40-27. And let's see if Memphis can build on something going into the half. But here's that backdoor, here's that front cut again by Back and Guppy, and if they're going to continue to give it to you, you continue to take it. Coming off the screen with an easy lane to the basket, and that play has been money for the first half. The Tigers looking to get something started. To the rim, and a nice finish. What a nice finish there. He was able to come off the screen, elevate, and Slade. Look out below! Go. And the Tigers needed something to get excited about in this first half, as they've been able to put the ball in the basket, but this defense is atrocious. Terps at the top of the key. Baku Guppy looking for his option to the rack with the circus shot, and can you believe he's so hot it drops? The basket must be 18 feet wide for the Terps right now as they're building the lead, and the Tigers are reeling backwards. And that basket right there by the Tigers and off the screen with the two,
1 plus the penalty, 2 shots.
Is well needed. Memphis need to get something going, and they need to get the ball in this guy's hands. He's been solid when he's had the ball in his hands, but he hasn't been moving him around as much. They haven't been getting the great opportunities. Maryland's been keeping them on the perimeter and keeping them out of the paint, and it's been limiting their opportunities on offense. As he finishes off the three-point play, closes the gap, 44-32 with seconds left in the first half. Maryland looking for the, I would say the 2-for-1 because they're going to drain the clock, but with open lanes like that, how can you not? Baku Guppy with the flush. And he just opens up the lead even more going into the half. 46-32. Tigers, maybe they can get a 2-for-1. Jackson with the ball in his hands, looking to attack, and he does. Wide open lane, and he flushes it down. Let's see if they can get a defensive turnover, and maybe they can get a little spark going into the half. Terps in the front of the court. Suckers running down. 46-34. 12 seconds on the shot clock in the ISO. 9, 8, Baku Guppy. Dribble move, step back, 4, 3. Pass to Slade in the corner for 3, and he knocks it down. He knocks it down for 3 going into the half. And that's how we'll leave it. The Maryland Terps with a 49-34 lead on the Memphis Tigers. And that guy Slade has been dynamic in the first half. He has been finding cutters. He's been hitting shots. He's been taking his players to the rim, and he's been finding everything in his offense. And he's been supported by the point guard Baku Guppy. He's been getting some great looks. Maryland shooting 85% from the field, and hopefully they can keep it going in the second half as we get it started. And we waste no time getting into the second half. The Tigers moving the ball up the front court, looking for offense. They were reeling backwards in the first half, and they're looking to have a different second half this game. And it starts with Jackson with a great move towards the rim. Jackson was able to keep his composure, body level, and get an easy two for the Tigers. And this may be a good start for the second half. Let's see what the Terps have on offense as they swing it around. Slade, great first half, looking to build on that. Dribble move, looking to get towards the basket, kicks it out the back to Gutsy for three, and it's off. But Slade with the rebound and the block shot. What a defensive play by Memphis. They haven't made too many of them today, but it leads to them in transition and the three, wide open three. And you know what they say in this league, if you leave them open for three, they hit it. Bang, bang, bang. And maybe the Memphis Tigers can get this crowd going and get back in the game. Early third quarter, the Terps in, oh my gosh, what a crowd killer. Tavares with the dribble move in the paint and the dunk right over two defenders. And what a way to ice the crowd. Tigers looking for something. Open three, and they knock it down. Brady King's been their shooter today, and he's knocked it down from the corner and now from the top wing. And that three was definitely needed as this crowd is starting to rumble a little bit more. 51-42, Terps is up. Early third quarter, looking for offense. Tavares with the ball. He was explosive in his opportunities in the first half, and he draws the foul in this quarter. He's been good this year, averaging 20 points a game, controlling the paint on both ends of the floor. Had some really big blocks in the first half. He threw one into the second row that was like Mutombo-ish. So we'll see what he's able to do at the line, shooting two. And he knocks the first one down. And the Memphis Tigers is looking for some defense. That one defensive play, like I always say, good defense turns into great offense, was able to get him an open three shot in the corner. And they're looking for more opportunities like that in the second half as they try to claw their way back into this game. Tavares, the second free throw goes down, and Maryland builds on their lead. 53-42, 6 minutes left in the third quarter, and the Tigers are looking for offense. Jackson to the rim, tough layup, and it drops. He's an offensive juggernaut. He finds his way to the basket, and he is one of those players that know how to put the ball in the rim. But is that enough for the Terps? As Backer Guppy surveys, quick pass in the paint. Tavares, move, basket. No answer in the paint for Tavares. Did you see that move? He was able to fend off his defender, make a turn, and get an easy layup. And this Memphis Tigers team is looking for something. Can we get something besides Jackson? Moving around the perimeter. And they give up the ball as Backer Guppy steps in the passing lane, and it leads to the break. Tavares on the pull-up, and he's good.
Number 6, assist goes to Eric Steele.
And Maryland, moving fast on that possession, was able to get a good-looking shot from the corner. The big man was able to pull up and drop it down for two. And Maryland is rocking this 57-44 lead, and Memphis can't find a way to cut into it. Jackson off the screen to the basket, big flush. And it's been all offense for Jackson today, but is that enough, as we keep saying? As he continues to put the ball in the basket, the Maryland Terps can continue to play good team basketball, and they continue to have a commanding lead in this game. As we get our second foul on the floor, first team foul of the half. And the Terps looking to build. Slade with the ball in his hand. Shot clock is low. He'll pull, but he dishes to Tavares in the paint. Another layup.
Number 3.
Another basket. Another problem for the Memphis Tigers. On defense, they have no answer for these Terps. But on offense, they've been finding a way to score the basketball. This Jackson kid is really dynamic and continues hitting good jumpers. So let's see what they're able to do on offense. Jackson to the rim again for an easy clutch. And this kid right here has found a way to put his stamp on this game offensively. He's kept Maryland in he's kept Memphis in striking distance, and Maryland keeps building on the lead with just easy buckets on top of easy buckets.
55.
But the Memphis Tigers are going to continue to fight. Jackson in the front court, 61-48 Maryland. Memphis is looking for offense, driving towards the rim. King able to finish at the rim. And did you see that slam cam? Slade once again. Look out below as he elevates for two. And maybe they can get this crowd into the game here in the FedEx Forum and claw their way back. 11-point lead. Terps are up. Slade at the top of the key looking for offense. Tavares on the wing. Ball on the floor. Passes it to the corner. Back around to Tavares. To Steele at the top of the key. Shot clock running down. 3, 2, 1. He's up the three and it's off. And that offense and that defensive rebound for the Tigers is just what they needed. They move the ball into the front court, move it around, finds Jackson with the ball off the screen. Wide open lane, and he goes in for the reverse. Mikael Jackson has found his way all over the offensive end of the court, and he got the crowd making a little noise. The Memphis Tigers are starting to build on something. With a defensive turnover right there off of the missed alley-oop, the Tigers are pushing in the floor, and the finish in the basket. Let's go. The Tigers have found a way to make a little run, and they're trying to cut into this lead. King with another good play as he runs the court and gets rewarded at the end. Basket, and we go to the line for the third.
One shot.
Let's see how he finishes up at the line. And you can count it. 61-55. And Memphis has cut this thing down to 6, and Maryland wants to talk about it. How about the spark that they got from King? The Terps at the top of the key. Tavares swings it over. Back to Guppy. Back to Tavares. Top of the key. Looking for some offense. Slade. Ball in his hand. Down to Tavares in the paint. Easy basket for 2. No answer for the young kid in the paint. He's been doing it to a lot of teams this year, too. Memphis Tigers been great in the second half on offense, and they continue. King Moore with the basket off of the glass. Tim Duncan-ish. And they continue to keep themselves in the game. 63-57 Maryland. Little over a minute left in the third quarter. Back to Guppy to the lane. Gives the dish to Steele. Steele with the easy basket. Maryland controls the paint in this game on both ends of the floor. And they continue to rock this small lead that Memphis is trying to dig into. Mikael Jackson to the lane. What a great block by Tavares. But he picks up the Guppy picks up the foul, and Jackson gets the basket. And that turns from a great defensive play to an and one. Way to stay with the play by the young kid, Mikael Jackson. And sooner or later, he's going to have everybody in America rocking the all-white hair with the headband, because he's been dangerous on offense. And he's at the line now to clean it up. And there it goes. 5-point lead. A little under a minute left in the third quarter. The Terps have been in control this whole game, but Memphis is fighting. Back with Guppy. Open three from the corner. Rims out. Tigers in transition. Pushes it up the floor. Jackson in the paint. Back out to Jackson on the wing. He flips it around the top of the key to King. King looking for a shot. Back to the big man. Swings it. Back to Jackson. Jackson on the wing. He has an ISO. Shot clock down to 3, 2, 1. Jackson pulls up and he buries it. What a basket. Cuts the lead down to 3. And they're on their feet in the FedEx Forum as the Memphis Tigers has cut this lead down to 3. But Slade with the open 3 as time expires in the third quarter. 68-62, Maryland Terps, but the Tigers are on the move. Great offensive display in the third quarter from King and Jackson. And I tell you now, our State Farm assist of the game comes from Baku Guppy. That smooth move in the lane and the pass to steal for the basket. But back to the Tigers as they find themselves down 6, start of the fourth. At one point, they were down almost 20, and they found themselves back in on the heels of Mikael Jackson. But they have no answer for the Terps in the middle of the paint. That still starts the fourth quarter off with an easy basket and puts the Tigers on the move. Tigers find an answer to steal in the paint as Moreland finally scores in the basket. And with the moving, I would say, moving runner towards the rim, the big man made a good move, and it finds the Terps in offense. Terps moving the ball around the paint, still with the fadeaway in the lane, and it looks good.
Number 55.
The Terps are shooting 80% from the field, but the Tigers at 70% isn't far. Close game, early fourth, 72-64 Maryland. The Tigers are looking for offense, shot clock running down, alley-oop in the lane, broken up by Beckel Guppy. What a play. What a great opportunity for the Tigers to score, but that alley-oop was a little bit short, and they were able to get the turnover. Terps with the ball coming up the front court. Beckel Guppy surveys the defense, comes off the screen, drops the ball to steal off the pick and roll. What a block by the big man Moreland. Starts the transition for the Tigers. Tigers slow it up. King tries to get it down to Jackson. Jackson fumbles, picks it up, and scores. And this Jackson kid, 30 on the night. Early in the first, with the steal, pushes the Tigers in transition up to the big man for 2. And the Tigers have cut this lead down to 4. Couple of good defensive plays, and they got the lead down to 4, and the Terps are trying to find some momentum. Still with the ball. Off the back of Guppy. Jackson's all over him. Off the screen back of Guppy's able to find a good look in the basket for the finish. And Maryland maintaining their lead. But Jackson's looking to attack. Passes the ball over to King. King looking for something. Off to the big man in the paint. But he loses the ball to Steele. Steele pushes the ball up court to Tavares. And Tavares with the finish. Big man to big man. How you like that? And the Terps open up the lead. 76-68. Tigers coming down the stretch. Made a couple of mistakes on offense last possession, but looking for something big. Swinging it around. Fighting towards the rim. Gets a good look and finishes.
Number 4.
What a big look. I mean, what a big basket by King Moore. He was able to use his strength against the bars there in the paint and compose his will. But Slade hit the step back.
Number 3.
To silence the crowd. Turks up 79-70. A little under 3 minutes left in the game, and I had to take a pause. Mikael Jackson, off the dribble, he just finishes over his defender with no remorse. This guy is an offensive animal, and he has the Tigers still in the game. Up by 7. Turks looking for offense, down to the big man in the paint, and there's no answer for the big man in the paint. Eric Steele, off balance, but still able to find the basket over Moreland and opens up the lead, 81-72 Turks. Exciting fourth early, big man with the move in the basket, and now they're trading him. Not too much defense being played, but they're definitely trading baskets in this fourth quarter. We can see the sense of urgency from the Tigers as they try to cut in the lead. Still into the paint, and he's just a basket himself. 28 on the night, 6 assists, and he's dominating his competition right now. Tigers looking for offense, swinging around the paint. King Moore back to Jackson. Jackson looking for something on offense against Backer Guppy with the step back, thinks about it, pushes it back out. Jackson on the wing, shot clock running off. He pulls and he off. Tavares with the rebound, pushing it up the floor for the Turks. Turks looking to build on this lead. Off the screen, Backer Guppy, open lane, flush.
Number 55.
And it gets no easier than that for the Turks. There's no defense off the pick and roll. Both players are getting caught in the pick. I don't know how that happened, but it led to a lot of good opportunities for the Turks. And Maryland has the 85-74 lead, but they have no answer for Mikael Jackson. Just finding his way to the rim. Just finding his way to dunk over all of their defenders. And he has the Turks in striking distance. And he comes up with the steal. He's pushing it up the floor. He's looking for it. He's looking for it. And he picks up
Number 55. Second personal foul, first team foul.
Jackson feels his name is being called and he's answering the call. Turks needing baskets and defense right now down the stretch, and Mikael Jackson is giving it to him. With a huge steal.
2 shots.
Was able to push the ball up the floor and finds himself at the line for 2. 85-76 Turks. Jackson at the line, and he knocks the first one down. And it's been just a display of offense for Jackson as he's building on a 30-point night tonight. With the second free throw to come. And it drops. 85-78. Turks with the lead. 1:45 left in the game. Backer Guppy at the top of the key, looking for some offense. Pushing towards the rim. Circus shot off the glass, and he gets it to drop. Christian Backer Guppy has touched some difficult shots tonight, and he seemed to find the bottom of the rim on most of them. Builds this lead up, 87-78. About 1.5 minutes left. Let's see if the Tigers got another run. Jackson with the ball on the wing, looking for a shot. Feels his defender, backs him down. 8 on the shot clock. Turns, finishes off the glass.
Jackson
Cuts it down to a 7-point lead as the Tigers apply the press. Slade in the backcourt, pushes it to the front court. Backer Guppy finds himself with the one-on-one opportunity and finishes at the lane. And the Turks are finding some great opportunities down the stretch. And they're continuing to maintain their lead, 89-80. As we close into under a minute left in this game, Jackson against Guppy. That's a basket. And he's going to continue to take that opportunity as he just closes in on a 40-point night. He scored 34 points in the paint. But the Terps maintaining their lead. And they're working the clock to the big man in the corner. Back out the back of Guppy. They're going to swing it around the slate, back to back of Guppy, back to slate, and they're just draining the spot. Big man with the three opportunity, and it's off. The Tigers pushing the ball up the court, about 30 seconds left in the game, 89-82. And this possession has no sense of urgency as they back it down to Jackson, back on the wing again, back in the same position again, going, but he pushes it out for the three ball, and it hits. And the Tigers hit the three, cut it down to 4, and they're forced to foul.
First team foul.
And they get the turnover on the inbound. Jackson with the player open under the rim, but he pulls the three and he misses. And that might have been all she wrote for this one.
Second team
Back with Guppy with the defense. Jackson with the opportunity at a player underneath the basket for 2, but he decides to pull the 3, and it never dropped for him. And that was the opportunity that that Memphis had at the game. Now they put Maryland on the line for 2. Couple of seconds left in the game. Still gets an opportunity to build on this lead, and he drops the first. 5-point lead for the Terps. Couple of seconds left in the game. And the Memphis Tigers would need a prayer. As Steele puts up the second free throw, and he drops it. And 91-85, 6-point lead for the Terps. Memphis inbounds the ball with 6 seconds left. They need a prayer. And he hits the 3, but a little bit too late. As .3 is left on the clock, Maryland will inbound, and Memphis will try to foul and play that game.
Jackson. First personal foul, third team foul. Shooting for the away team.
Put back with Guppy on the line to stretch out the game, and he'll knock down the first. And he finishes with the second, 93-88. Tigers take a timeout at a last aspiration at this game right here. Inbound to the corner, 3 ball up. It's a little bit late and a little bit short. The Maryland Terps able to take down the Memphis Tigers 93-88. And this was a great win as the Tigers was not able to claw back in the game. They got as close as 4 in this one, but Maryland led from end to end. And our player of the game, back with Guppy, he was just an explosion in the second half. He was able to find his shot and some great opportunities at the rim. And he was able to play some good defense against a good offensive player in Jackson. Terps on top, and they take it 93-88. Thank you for joining us. This is another SGBA production. Me, the president, and we're out.